Hi, Happy New Year, everybody. I am Paul Chartier. Welcome back to the 2015 edition of Heart of Gold. We're going to uncover two great nonprofits. Today, we're going to talk to On the Move Art Studio with Josh Nadzum and Trisha Daly. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Showbiz, here we are.
Yeah.
You reminded me, we met on the chamber trip last summer.
We did.
And we connected then.
Yep.
And I've run into you around town. A lot slower than you, but you're just a wicked fast runner. But we've run into each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
So tell me, On the Move Art Studio, how did it get off the ground and how long has it been around?
Yeah, so we are brand new.
Yes.
So we just had this idea, this kind of quirky idea of, repurposing things is something really passionate of mine and a lot of us on our little committee. And so we found a vintage trailer and we thought, what if we could just turn that into something? Our whole goal was to just help people in poverty. And a lot of times when you're in poverty, even if there's resources available, it's hard to get to them. So we just thought, heck, we'll just bring it to people, especially a lot of these low-income neighborhoods that are really isolated. So we bought it with a little bit of money we had, and then we had to actually raise the money to renovate it, which we launched a Kickstarter. So it was a 30-day campaign to raise $8,000, and it was a little scary because it's an all-or-nothing campaign. But because of so many people in the community, people just Facebooking, sending it, emailing, talking about it, donating, obviously, we hit our goal. So it's being renovated right now, and we're hoping in June to be up and running. And,
We'll talk about the art component in a minute, but you brought a video.
I did, yep.
And let's go to the video to tell the story in a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and talk to Trisha.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Hello, my name is Josh Nadzum.
My name is Aurelia Emerson.
I'm Kathy Working.
I'm Ben Mason.
And this is
On the Move Art Studio.
On the Move Art Studio.
On the Move Art Studio. I'm one of the former at-risk youth that you hear about a lot, that are always being talked about, that comes from a broken family and a broken home. I was one of those kids that was always getting kicked out of class, getting detention, getting suspended from school, anything you can imagine. Once I escaped my childhood, my dream was to always create something and build something to help other kids overcome their own barriers to success. So, this is it. We purchased this vintage trailer and we are going to restore it to turn it into a mobile art room called On the Move Art Studio. And we're going to take it into low-income neighborhoods and conduct art classes for at-risk youth.
Not every kid learns the traditional way, and I think you could teach so much more with all these forms of art.
They understand that Miss Kathy, that's what they call me, will listen to them. And I'm interested and curious about what they're doing in their lives, So we share with each other about, can you tell me about something that, might be troubling you? The poverty in this area is quite widespread, and they're just looking for opportunities for these kids, and it's been really fun to see their eyes just light up and they're getting really excited about, oh, this might be something that's unusual, but also could be very helpful.
If the world is getting as bad as they say, then let's do something about it. This is an opportunity for you to join us and help so many kids through the art. But I believe in this with all my heart. I know we can help so many kids with this trailer, with these art classes. I know we can empower so many youth, and I know we can prevent so many kids from growing up the way that I did. So, I guess...
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You're a runner.
I am, yep.
You're a young entrepreneur, and you're also a movie producer. So I think a beret is what you need to start wearing to cover the whole gamut of your talents. Trisha, you're an artist.
Yes.
And how did you get connected with this young man, and what's going on with you?
Well, I actually came across On the Move Art Studio through the social media of Instagram, because of Cup of Commonwealth. and I saw that they were posting about the Kickstarter, and they were encouraging people to donate. So I checked it out, and then I donated, and then I sent them a message, and I really just wanted to encourage them. I didn't know if they needed any help, per se, but so I told them, I thought it was great what they were doing, and I wanted to be involved any way I could. I told them I had a background in art, and I have a background also working with kids of all ages. So,
in the timeline of getting this off the ground, you've got your trailer, you have an artist, you have desire. Where are you right now to get this thing propelled and moving, to get it mobile and get kids on that trailer?
Well, right now it's like a simultaneous effort, like a lot of stuff going on at the same time. It's being renovated, and then at the same time we're designing arts classes, the actual curriculum, and then also making sure we're finding kids to be in the classes. We want this to be very, very structured, because a lot of times when you're in poverty, stability is not something that you have. A lot of times you come from broken homes and moving all the time, and mom may be in jail, dad may be in jail, all sorts of things. So we want to be a stable presence that, if there's nothing else going on in their life, at least we'll be there.
We talked before about the Christmas store that Jenny Ramsey coordinates, and I'm able to help at it every year, and it's magical what happens, and the connection to the people in the community. I met a lady who came in to shop for her kids, and she said one of her daughters is very creative, loves art. So to go get her a pad of paper and some crayons, it's going to make that kid's Christmas,
yeah.
To have art.
Yeah.
We all know math, we all know science. Art is kind of the creative part in your brain. You can't really see it. What has it done for you, and how'd you get involved in art?
I just my mom says I started drawing when I was like 2 years old. So for me, it was an escape, I think, a lot. It was kind of a way to express myself as a kid. And I wasn't really one of those kids who like to talk about my feelings or anything like that. So it was nice to get to, create something and kind of make your own little world with it. And I kind of expanded out into like fashion design and pattern making. And so it's very, gratifying, a lot of confidence, and you get to see that you made something like from start to finish, and it's useful.
So what do you think about this concept of another young person having some light bulb go on and buy a trailer? How's this going to happen?
Oh, I think it's great, and I can't wait to see what it does. And that was something that ever since I moved back to Lexington 3 years ago, this was something that I wanted to do. I saw a need of the kids around, and I wanted to help with a creative way. I just didn't really know how to go about it. And then I found out about what they were doing, and I was like, I can't wait to be part of this.
It's got to be unique. Have you ever heard of this?
Well, I would like to say we're the first ever. I have seen some artists themselves do something similar, where they take an old bus or trailer or things like that and turn it into like a mobile gallery. But I haven't heard anything quite like this.
Now, graffiti on a subway doesn't count.
Right.
As what you're doing. This is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you have a website or Facebook page or phone number that people can go to learn more about what we're talking about?
Yeah, so our Facebook page, if you just search On the Move Art Studio, you'll find it. It's www.facebook.com/On the Move Art Studio. Eventually we'll get our own website, but right now we're just all about the Facebook, and that's the link appearing on the screen right now.
Yep.
And so we're still brand new, so we're going to move to a website and have all those kind of fun things right now. But
I think about these kids and what makes them do what they do, and to take a young boy or girl that has something going on in their brain, get them on a trailer somehow, and have them just flourish and maybe have that be their thing. It's magical that you are going to do this. How are you going to identify the kids to get them on the trailer?
Well, our big thing is collaboration. So we want to link up with all sorts of nonprofits and other entities in Lexington right now doing those kind of things. So, you know, whether it's a school system that already has some at-risk youth identified or going by poverty rates, or kids on free and reduced lunch, that kind of stuff. Different community centers and neighborhood associations who may already know some kids who could benefit from this. It's real grassroots kind of thing. So, I mean, we'll even be going door to door, knocking on doors, and just, we want it to be very empowering. And you know.
So with this program, and then having a Facebook link, anybody watching, we want them to share it. We want them to connect with art teachers in Lexington, nonprofits, anybody to connect and funnel to getting them on the trailer.
Yeah. That's the thing is, like I said, we want this to be very grassroots and just locally owned and exciting. And so, any kind of skills people have, because again, we're all volunteers, so it's not like, oh, we don't need help. We definitely need help. So whether it's people donating resources or money, of course, or their time, anything people have is appreciated.
You need volunteers. Do you need art supplies?
We do. Yeah.
What kind of things do you need?
I would say all kinds of things. I mean, art supplies in general is going to be expensive regardless of what it is. But I mean, you know, paper, paint, pencils, rulers,
brushes,
all that sort of stuff. You know, and then branching out into other stuff.
So if anybody has in their home or their business paint, brushes, crayons, charcoal, pencils, paper, anything that you could use. That's what you need?
Yeah, and we'll find a way to use it. So
Okay.
we'll find a way to utilize it some way, somehow. Again, it's the whole like repurposing thing. So there's some way to use it somehow.
In the last minute, I think, welcome back to Lexington, Tricia. And for you to be a fabulous runner at UK, humble. I mean, it's remarkable that, I mean, a lot of people would be, look what I'm doing, you know? But to be able to, I did not know this about you, your story, how you grew up. I did not know that. I think a lot of people might be burying that and not wanting to talk about that, and to just use that openly, humbly, quietly, now to help connect you to the people that you'll be helping. It's a fantastic connection. Because if you can do it, anybody can do it.
Absolutely, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing is that I figured I made it out of whatever happened. It was a pretty bad situation, a lot of bad things happening, and now I'm really happy with my life, and I want to just give back. And it took me a long time to work through my story to be able to be at a place to tell it, because you know, a lot of things are that I don't even talk about really graphic, and so it took me a while. But now that I'm at a good place, I think, well, all right, I'm good now. So time to help some other people.
Josh, I'm glad that the worst is behind you, but use it to fuel you for greatness. Tricia, thank you. I'm really excited to watch this happen in 2015. Happy New Year, and we'll be right back. We have another outstanding young nonprofit to talk about. I'm Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.